Now, welcome back to the Nairobi Serena in the brand new wing. I wonder if you're at home or not home. And you're watching Tony Gashoka and unasoma Twitter, ati watu wanataka mambo mabaya, sijui nini. Na Tony Gashoka ako hapa, na mama anaitwa Seii. Alafu, watu wadhamini na marafiki zangu wa idara ya KTN News, wakiongozwa na Erin Wanjiru na rafiki yangu Joe Munene, mkurugenzi wetu, wamesema no, mheshimiwa, this must be live. And our editorial director, Ochieng Ruporo, mimi nataka niwaambie kinaga ubaga. I can be here live any day. I cannot come for any person. The only woman I'm coming for is the one my mother likes. Sasa nyinyi mpate kazi ingine. Na kama mko idle, stations ni mingi, karibu KTN.
Thank you.
Sasa tuambie kinaga ubaga nini. Hawa watu wapate kazi zingine za kufanya.
You know, Tony, thank you. And it's been a good conversation. I appreciate your hosting of
I flew in today for you from Diana.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yes.
You know, I want to talk about something else that's very concerning and why we are continuing to suffer under the weight of high electricity bills. A few months ago, the DCI said that 150 billion shillings have been stolen from Kenya Power. He said that. So I don't know whether I should say allege or whatever, but it
Is
was...
that you've said? The lawyers,
it was a headline, a standard headline,
but
that 150 billion shillings have been stolen from Kenya Power. Do you know that's almost 50% of the budget that's going to counties? If you want to put it in perspective, the rot at Kenya Power, and by the way, if Kenya Power, when we say switch off Kenya Power, if this is a whole agenda to maybe excise Kenya Power and throw it away without curing the infection that lies beneath the surface, at generation, transmission, regulation, and oversight, you'll have done nothing. But we still say switch off KPLC because when 150 billion shillings have gone missing, and to date, we haven't seen any major investigations. We haven't seen the public prosecutor get busy with this.
Can I tell you, they're telling me in the year,
yes,
as KTN News,
yes,
you must say what you want.
Thank you very much.
You are not going to be stopped.
Tell your ear that I'm very happy.
No, I can hear
tell them I will continue. No, we're in court. No, and I say things without fear of contradiction.
Correct.
Because, because it is in the public domain. And we are angry as Kenyans. So when 150 billion shillings have gone missing in action, and not a single person has been arrested. Last year, I know Tarus was removed, I don't know, transformers and so on and so forth. But right now, we have an entire collection of CEOs, MDs, board members, CS, PS, directors who are sitting pretty. When if you unravel the thread of the 150 billion shillings, there's not a single person who will be left
untouched. Are you telling KTN News?
Yes. And
I have to ask you, because I have instructions in my ear, that you have information or facts, that there is a conspiracy, that you have evidence that Kenyans are being duped. Kenyans are being duped. No, the DCI. I will not ask you again. I'm not the DCI. Asking you, do you have evidence?
The DCI has said, the DCI has to have had his evidence to say that 150 billion shillings have been stolen. He didn't just wake up and decide, because he could have said 5 billion, 500 billion. He said 150 billion shillings. And this is why, when, back to President Uhuru Kenyatta, if he does not take action on a heist and a theft as significant as this, by censuring, investigating, firing CSs, PSs, ministries, departments, and agencies, their board members who have vested interest in many of these energy projects. If he does not take action, we have no alternative as Kenyans but to believe and understand that he has a vested interest. And that's my challenge to the president.
You're point blank.
Yes, I am being point blank.
But he's my brother.
That's fine.
But he's listening to you.
Yes. I'm talking to him.
No, now he's listening.
Yes, I know he's listening.
I can tell he's listening.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Excellency, the President. Take action. Take action. Clean the Ministry of Energy.
What do Raila?
Wait, before I get to Right Honorable Raila, Deputy President William Ruto.
Tell them.
That is a Jubilee government. I'm talking to them. They need to take action. And Right Honorable Raila Odinga needs to say something. Kalonzo, Mudavadi, Wetangula, everybody who purports to be a public leader needs to understand that the energy cartels pose an existential threat to Kenya. Never mind our appetite, our voracious, insatiable appetite for loans.
I want to shock you.
And this shocked me.
You know who is watching you?
I don't know.
Mama Ida.
Good.
You know,
Greetings, Mama. Greetings, Mama Ida.
Watching you.
Greetings, Mama Ida. But
Talk to her.
And Mama Ida and all the other mamas, including women reps and all the women in public life and leadership, should actually understand how important this energy matter is to our Kenya. Men, women, young people. We cannot live a dignified life if we cannot afford electricity.
So why is the corruption in naming the people who run these things?
Yes.
Or is the corruption in what? Is the corruption in payoffs?
No, the corruption is not in naming. The corruption is in the subterranean activities that lead to the
Specifically what?
The issuance of PPAs, power purchase agreements, that have, Tony, what I call, or what we call or know as onerous clauses. Clauses that say that whether we use the power or not, so long as it is there and available, we are going to pay for it. We pay for it as the taxpayer, we also pay for it as electricity consumers. In fact, and allow me to finish this, Petition 59, which is our second petition in court, is challenging the budget policy statement of 2018 that allocated 100 billion shillings a year for the next 25 years to 20 independent power producers, 2.14 trillion shillings, and that is but the tip of the iceberg.
So
it's not,
no, I have to stop you.
It's not about naming people, it's about telling you what's actually happening. And I'm telling you,
your
what's
friend
happening.
and my brother and your brother, the former Energy Committee chairman of the Senate, Gideon Moi, he told me, tell this girl that her mother not only is my friend or my father's friend, why has she not called me?
Did he?
So he told me to ask you.
Why I haven't called him?
Yes.
I don't have his number. If he says he's my brother, I don't even have his number. What type of brother is that whose number I don't have? But I'm not the one in public life and leadership. They're the ones. They're the ones who should be understanding that Kenyans are suffering. Why does it take Jerotich to come to point blank to say there's a problem in the energy sector? And then people are saying, why don't you call me? Why don't they do the job?
Okay, so let's go to that point.
They were elected to do.
Including Gideon, who is not taking your call today. And who are you calling who's not hearing? But we've talked, we have to be, time and so on. And you have to talk to Kenyans so sincerely.
Yes.
I just want to know, and Kenyans at home to know, who is not listening to you? And why? And who should listen to you?
Well, first of all, I will say Kenyans themselves are listening. They're listening to me, they're listening to each other, they're doing the homework, they're reading, they're alert, they're aware. Who is not listening to us? Not me, to us. It's the National Assembly. It is Office of the President, so I'm talking about the executive. And we're talking about the judiciary. We delivered 3 petitions. And we asked specific things of the judiciary, of Bunge, and the executive through the president. No response to date. When the Senate Energy Committee summons Kenya Power, they're talking about 35 million shillings worth of token fraud. When we're looking at 150 billion shillings stolen from Kenya Power. When we say switch off Kenya Power, we're not joking. This thing has to be switched off.
Okay, so
it is beyond redemption.
So we've dealt with
and nobody
the
is listening to us.
So I'm saying that the Senate has sent me to you.
Yes.
And they want to call you. So can I give Gideon your number?
Give everybody my number. I've reached out to the Senate.
Who else?
Listen, I also want to underscore, people need to be doing their jobs. So yes, feel free to call me. Feel free to call us. There are so many of us who would like to talk to you and share our concerns.
I want to ask a bit about where you came.
But do your job as the Senate.
Okay, where did you grow up?
Members. I grew up in...
Where did you grow up?
I grew up all over the place. I was a military kid. My father was in the army.
Is it?
Yes. So I grew up everywhere, but I'm originally, I would say, identity-wise, from the Rift Valley, from Elgeyo-Marakwet County.
But young Kenyans don't know your mother was a minister. Or
she was a nominated member of parliament and Kenya's ambassador to South Africa at some point, and she's actually my #1 role model, along with fantastic women like the late great Wangari Maathai. I have amazing mentors here in Kenya and outside of Kenya who have shown me that it is possible.
Mother.
I am a mother. I'm a mother, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm a cousin, I'm a granddaughter. But I want to take it away from me and come back to the issue of energy and electricity. I want Kenyans to continue to rise up, to continue to speak up, to challenge their representatives, and to say you must speak up about this. And as you said, His Excellency the President is listening. He must take action forthwith. Everyone who's listening, they must take action forthwith.
Why I'm being aggressive to them today.
Yes.
Look, my mother called me about you. My mother, why are you doing this? My mother said to me, this woman is talking the real pain of Kenyans. And Tony, you tell KTN and you tell them to listen to us. We are tired. So I'm asking you, you have 2 minutes, no more. And I'm telling you what my mother told me, not my ear. You represent Kenyans. And I came and I flew here to hear you. You have 2 minutes to talk to Kenyans. And I will not talk another word.
Kenyans, we are not going to relent. Switch Off KPLC is an organic campaign which has formed a movement of people who want to see a change, who want to see an end to corruption in the energy sector. When we have energy justice, so many things will follow. When we are able to afford our electricity, we shall live dignified lives. We shall not have emergencies with elderly people in the dark. We shall not have food being spoiled. We shall not have people needing to make difficult choices between high electricity bills and health insurance or other things like that. Kenya, we shall not stop. Trust us. We're in the court of law. We're in the court of public opinion. We're here appealing to the top leadership, sparing no one. This is a non-partisan but highly political campaign for energy justice. And trust me, it doesn't matter who you vote for. Kenya Power doesn't care. You will receive your bill. It is an equal opportunity robbery. All of us, bar none, is affected by high electricity bills. And we want this to come to an end. We want His Excellency the President to take action. Failure to do so, we know then he has vested interest or is incapable of executing his duties with regard to corruption in the energy sector. We need people fired. We need people investigated. We need contracts reevaluated. We want justice. We want this theft to stop, this insatiable appetite to accumulate debts at the expense of the ordinary mwananchi and taxpayer. We have said enough is enough.
To the board of directors, to the management of KTN News, and everybody else who has made this happen, to my mother of Kiambu County, Jerotich Seii, who gave birth to this such gracious girl, to Ida Odika is watching from Bondo. I don't know, I think she's from Kibra County. This woman speaks for Kenya. I want to depart from what many people think about KTN News or Point Blank. I'm saying, as Tony Gashoka to Kenyatta, this girl makes sense. You are watching KTN News.